Alright, hello there guys. I'm going to go through here and we're going to work out these problems so we can be ready for our test on Thursday. So the first one here, it says find the values of x and y to ensure that each quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, so a parallelogram here. Parallelogram, your opposite sides have to be congruent. So we have 3x minus 5 is equal to 18 minus 2y. And x plus 4 is equal to 21 minus 3y. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get all of my variables on one side and my constants on the other. So I'm going to rewrite these here. So I'm going to have, let me zoom in some. I'm going to have 3x plus 2y, and then we'll have 18 plus 5, so that's 23. And then I have x, and then it'll be plus 3y equals, and we have 21 minus 4, and so that's 17. Okay, I'm going to see here, this second equation, I can solve it easily for x and do substitution. So minus 3y minus 3y. So x is 17 minus 3y. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in to my other equation. So I have 3, and then instead of x, we have 17 minus 3y plus 2y is equal to 23. So 17 times 3, that's 51. Minus 9y plus 2y is equal to 23. Okay, so negative 7y. And I'm going to move the 51 over there. So I have 23 minus 51. So that's negative 28. So y is going to be 4. So y is 4. And then now I take this y value and I plug it in here. So 17 minus 3 times 4. So 17 minus 12. So x is 5. Okay. Next ones we have here, we've got angles. And we have to remember our opposite angles are equal to each other. And the ones that are right next to each other, they're supposed to add up to 180. So I'm going to use these together here. So x plus y plus 120, that's equal to 180. And then now we can do these here. 4y minus x should be equal to 120. Okay. We can easily do elimination here. So we can rewrite this second one. So I have x plus y. And then I'm going to move the 120 over here. Would be equal to 60. Because 180 minus 120 is 60. And then we have negative x plus 4y equals 120. Okay, now see the x and the negative x are already going to cancel, so we're just adding the two equations together. So those will go away. So I have 5y, and now I have 120 plus 60, which is 180. Okay, and divide that by 5. So y is 36. And then now, in order to find x, all I have to do, I can plug in this one here. X plus 36 is equal to 60. So we have to do 60 minus 36, and so x is 24. Okay, next one here. Says the figure at right is a parallelogram. Use this figure and the information given to solve each problem. So DAB. 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 So it's the whole corner is 2x minus 10. And then ADC, that's this other corner, is 3x. Find the measure of angle DAB. Okay, well, they're consecutive angles, so they should add to 180. So 2x minus 10 plus 3x equals 180. So 5x, I'm going to move this minus 10 over here, equal to 190. So 190 divided by 5. So x is 38. Now DAB we have to plug in. So you have to do 2 times 38 minus 10. And so it's going to be 66. All right. Now it says if the measure of ABD, so ABD is right here, is 3x minus 12, and then BDC, so this one right there, is x plus 40. Find the measure of angle ABD. Okay, these are parallel lines. This is our transversal. So these two angles are actually congruent. So 3x minus 12 should be equal to x plus 40. Minus x, add 12, add 12. So 2x is equal to 52. So if you take 52 and you divide it by 2, you will get that x is 26. Now it says find the measure of angle ABD. So we'll just plug in. So you have 3 times 26 minus 12. And we will get, again, 66. Okay, for each parallelogram, find the values of x, y, and z. All right, first thing here, opposite angles are equal, so z is 120. Now, this 35 right here is actually the same as where y is because alternate interior angles. So y is 35. And then now to find x, well, I know that these two corners, they have to add up to 180. So I'll do 180 minus 120, which is 60, and then take away that 35, and so that's 25. So x has to be 25. Okay, first one I'm going to find is z, and again, this is a parallelogram, so you have to be careful with your angles. Z, it would just be 180 minus 70, which is 110. Okay, again here, x, we've got the parallel lines cut by the transversal, so x is also going to be 30. All right, and so now we're going to use the fact that we know z is 110 right here, and we've got a triangle, and we know that x is 30. We're going to figure out y. So we do 180 minus 110, which is going to be 70. And then take away the 30. So y is 40. Okay. Here it's a rectangle. So remember it creates these 4 isosceles triangles. So angle 1 is 70. So angle 2, well, you have to do 90 minus 70. So angle 2 is going to be 20. Angle 5 would also be 70 because these two triangles are congruent. And then angle 6 would also be 20 because of alternate interior angles. So there we go. It says the measure of angle 9 is 128. Find the measure of angle 6. Okay, so we do 180 minus 128. And so you get 52. But then there's two angles together that are that, so divide by 2. And so we find that the measure of angle 6 is 26. And angle 7 is the same thing. And then angle 8, we have to do 90 minus 26. And so it is 64. Okay, question 9. Angle 5 is 36. Okay, find the measure of angle 2 and the measure of angle 3. Okay, so angle 4 is also going to be 36. To find angle 3, we'll do 90 minus 36. Okay. And it's going to be 54, so angle 3 is 54. And then now angle 2 is going to be congruent to it, so it's also going to be 54. All right, it says MNOP is a rectangle. Find the value of x. Okay, I'm going to do one of these and then I'll have the key up so you can see the rest of them. So MO is 2x minus 8 and NP is 23. Okay, well you should know these are going to be congruent. So you set this guy equal to this guy. Cn is x squared plus 1 and CO is 3x plus 11. Okay, again on a rectangle, these four pieces are equal, so you just set those two equal. And remember, you got to choose, like if it asks you for both values, then you should give both values, but if it asks for which value would like give a positive result, then you have to plug them both in and see which one gives you positive. Okay, and then now here, MO and then PC. I'll do number 12 with you guys. So MO is the whole thing. PC is half of it. So we should do 2 times PC and set it equal to MO. So 4x minus 13 is equal to 2 times x plus 7. So 4x minus 13 is equal to 2x plus 14. All right, so take away 2x, add 13. So 4x minus 2x, that's 2x, and then 14 plus 13 is 27. And so divide by 2. So x is 27 over 2. Okay, it says EFGH is a square. Find the following for x in each of the following problems. Okay, HEG is 12x minus 8. Okay, remember this is square. HEG, this is 45. So you should set this equal to 45. And then GEF, well, that's also 45. So you really only have to solve for one of them. So you should do 12x minus 8 equals 45. And we know it's 45 because they say it's a square. KJF is this, and EG, okay, this is just like number 12. You should do 2 times this 8x plus 4, and that will be equal to 24x minus 8. Okay, EF is x squared, and HG is 3x minus 2. Again, equal. Okay, last one here, FGH. That's the whole corner. And then GHE, again, that's a whole corner too. So I mean, you could set these equal to each other, or you could just think, okay, it's a square, so what is my corner equal to? 90. So 10x squared is equal to 90, and you just solve for x. Okay, use rhombus RSTV in the given information below to find each value. Okay, the measure of angle RST, so this is the whole thing, is 67. Find the measure of RSW. So they only want this piece. Okay, it is a rhombus. So you have to remember our angles are getting cut in half. So we have to do 67 divided by 2. And so we get 33.5. 33.5 degrees. Okay. Next one, SVT. SVT is this one down here. If the measure of angle STV, so the whole thing, is 135. Okay, so do 180 minus 135. And so you get 45. But now they only want half of the angle, SVT, just this part. So you have to take the 45 and divide it by 2. And so you get 22.5. Okay, on this one, the measure of angle SWT. Well, guys, on a square, remember these are all 90 here. So you should set this equal to 90. What is the value of x if WRV is 5x plus 5 and WRS is 7x minus 19. Okay, again, they're two pieces of the same angle, so they are bisected, so they're equal to each other. So you should have 5x plus 5 is equal to 7x minus 19. And then you can solve that for x. Okay, it says use rectangle ABCD whose diagonals intersect at E to find x and y. Each question is independent. Okay, the measure of angle ABD, this one right there, is 3x minus 1, and EDC, so this one right there, they're 2, that's equal to 2i plus 6, and then the measure of angle ADB is 4x plus y, and then DBC is x plus 8. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so you just set these matching ones equal to each other. So ABD would be congruent to EDC. And then this 4x plus y would be congruent to this x plus 8. Okay, and then now you have a systems of equations here, so we can go on ahead and solve this. Again, you always want to get your x's and your y's to one side and your regular numbers to the other side. So here we have 3x minus 2y is equal to 7. And then here we have 3x plus y is equal to 8. So now we can write these. 3x minus 2y is 7. And 3x plus y is 8. Okay, so now we can just subtract these equations. So I'm doing the top one minus the bottom. So those will go away. And then negative 2 minus y, that's negative 3y. And then 7 minus 8 is negative 1. So y is 1. And then now that you know y, you can take that and plug it in here and solve for x. And then now now we have AC is 18, BE is x plus y, and BD is 3x minus 2y. You just have to remember the entire diagonal versus this is only half the diagonal. So you got to multiply that one by 2 and write an equation there. Okay, using P for parallelogram, R for rectangle, and S for square, and RH for rhombus, write the letters of all the quadrilaterals that have these properties. Okay, perpendicular diagonals. That would be a square and a rhombus. Congruent diagonals. That would be a rectangle and a square. Two pairs of congruent opposite angles. Okay, so that's going to be all of your parallelograms. So that's true on a parallelogram, that's true on a rhombus, that's true on a square, and it's true on a rectangle. Supplementary consecutive angles. Again, all of these fall under parallelograms, so it applies to all of them. Okay, 26, diagonals that bisect opposite angles. Okay, so this is going to be a rhombus and a square. Okay, and then two pairs of opposite parallel sides. Well, if they're all parallelograms, which they all are, then they would all have that. So that applies to a parallelogram, a rectangle, a rhombus, and a square. Okay. Use rhombus IJKL and the given information to find each value. IJKL. Okay, so the measure of angle 3 is 62. Then find the measure of angle 1. Okay. So this here is 90. So do 180 minus 90, which is 90, and then take away 62. So 90 minus 60 is 30. Take away 2 more, so it's going to be 28. Okay, the measure of angle 4 is 3x minus 1, and the measure of angle 3 is 2x plus 30. Find the value of x. Okay, so it's a rhombus, so I know that this is angle 3, and this is also angle 3. This is angle 4, and that's angle 4. And these are all actually congruent pieces. So 3x minus 1 should be equal to 2x plus 30. And then you can find x from there. Okay. Now it says the measure of angle 5 is 2 times x plus 1. And then the measure of angle 3 is 4 times x plus 1. Find the value of x. Okay. So angle 3 is also going to be right here. And that's 90. So what we have to do is add the 3 up, and then because we've got a triangle here, so 2x plus 2 plus 4x plus 4 plus 90. Those should add up to 180 because they're all the angles of a triangle. Okay, now it says the measure of angle 6 is 7x plus 13. Okay, angle 6 is right here. So it's a right angle. So 7x plus 13 should equal to 90. Okay, question 32. It says if the measure of LKJ, so the whole corner is x squared minus 17, and then the measure of angle 2 is that. Okay, find the value of x. All right, angle 2 is only half of it, so you have to multiply it by 2. And then they're opposite angles, so they will be equal. So x squared minus 17 is equal to, now I'm going to multiply this guy by 2. It's 2x plus 46. And then now it's a quadratic, so we have to set it equal to 0. So you have x squared minus 2x minus, and then if you add 46 plus 17, you get 63. It's equal to 0. And then now you guys can factor it. so that you can get those two roots. Remember, they're going to have to multiply to be negative 63, and then when you add them, you're going to get negative 2. Okay, so next part's here. It says PQRS is an isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so PS is 20 and QR is 14. Find TV. Okay, just add these two together, divide by 2. They give us QR and TV. Okay, so now you're just going to have to plug into the formula and work backwards. So we have 14.3 plus some number. When you divide it by 2, it's going to give you out 23.2. So then just go ahead and solve this for x there. Okay, TV is this. PS plus QR is that. So we have 5x plus 2, that's them already added, divided by 2, is equal to x plus 7. Okay, again, just solve this for x, and then you will find what you need. Okay, question 36, the measure of angle 1. All right, this is a kite, so right here in the middle, this is 90. So just do 180 minus 39, which is the angle they already gave you, and then minus 90. And then when we do that, we should get 51. So angle 1 is 51 degrees. And then now you have to use the fact that this 74 right here is also over there. And this is still a 90, so you can find the measure of angle 2. Okay, these ones here, 37 through 39, I'm just going to kind of give you formulas. Okay, some of the measures of the interior, so that's n minus 2 times 180. So that's the interior sum. Find the measure of each interior and exterior angle. Okay, so n minus 2 times 180, that's all the angles together. If we only want one, we have to divide by n. Okay, and then here exterior, it's 360 divided by n. That's one exterior angle. Okay, on this one, number 40, this is a two-step problem. Step 1 is to do the n minus 2 times 180 and find out what the total should be is. And then step 2, we're going to add all these things together and you set it equal to what you get from step 1. So we have 1, 2, so 12x plus, and then 7 and 5, that's another 12. And then we have 8 plus 8, so that's 16x. And it's equal to some number, and then you can solve that for x. Okay, same as polygon or not, you're good on that. Convex, concave, remember concave looks like it's been pushed in. And then here, you guys, I want you to go through and you really have to think, like, what differentiates a rhombus from a square? Could it overlap? Could a rhombus be a square? Okay, is a rectangular parallelogram? Well, yes, because it has opposite sides congruent, so there you go. So you just kind of say yes or no, and then you try to come up with like a reason. All right, and so that's it. So I will go ahead and finish this up, and I'll see you guys later.